Like, what on earth is happening here? The first time that I ever saw this, I'm like, how the hell is the camera freaking, does it like on a slider or something? Like, what the hell's happening? Welcome back to episode 2 of the Streamer Showcase, a monthly video series that I do once a year. I wanted to look for some really creative and innovative streams from you guys. So what I did is I asked you guys to submit your streams, or at least that's how the first video worked. This video I kind of just picked streams out that I liked. But the point is, I wanted to pick some streams that were really unique and different, and then maybe talk a little bit about them and maybe even break them down so that you guys can get some ideas and inspiration for your own stream. Oh, I wish I had some money. This video is sponsored by SCD Keys. If you guys out there are brand new to streaming, you probably want to get a PC. Maybe you want to upgrade your existing PC or build a dedicated streaming PC. You're probably going to want to get Windows 10. Unfortunately, Windows 10 costs like $1 million. Well, that's where you're wrong, because SCD Keys sells Windows 10 Pro keys for as low as $20. And what's more is if you use my code NUTTY at checkout, you'll get an additional 20% off. They even sell keys for Steam or Origin, so if you're looking to save some money on some games for your stream, it'll even work for that. Just make sure you use one of their secure payment methods like PayPal at checkout. And then once you've completed your purchase, you just go to your Windows settings and then click on change product key. Just enter in the code that you bought from SCD Keys. All right, so let's pop in my earbud and start watching some of these streams. Important note, all of the streamers that we talk about in this video will be linked in the description box down below. So go and support them, and let's get on with the video.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so a while back I showed you guys how to make a sub printer for your stream. So anytime someone subs, it prints a physical piece of, you know what, let me just show you how it works. So it prints out a physical piece of paper that has the subber's name on it, along with a message that they've left. But what Rexbords did here was genius. He didn't want to pay for a physical printer, so what he did is he just made his own virtual printer that pretty much does the same thing as our physical printer, but it's just as an animation. I think this is super genius. What I really love is this is just like a really faithful representation of what the sub printer is. So when he prints it out, he even makes the sub printer sound, and on top of it all, when it prints the piece of paper, it goes into that Discord icon. So the actual picture of the receipt gets uploaded to his Discord so that all of his subscribers can see the receipt in their community Discord. Super clever idea. So quick little breakdown of what I think is going on here. Basically what he's done is he's just added some basic text sources in OBS with a custom font to show things like the subscriber name, the tier that they subbed for, and the date and the time. But he's probably used something like LyansGDA to dynamically update the text sources so that it actually changes to the name of the next person that subscribed, including their profile picture, which is also something you can do in LyansGDA. If you guys haven't heard about LyansGDA before, you should probably watch the video in the top right here. But basically, LyansGDA is a really cool piece of software that allows channel point interaction subscribers to interact with your install of OBS to make effects like this possible. So we're going to be talking about that a lot, not just in this video, but a lot of my other videos. But going back to Rexbords, I just love how polished this effect is. I love the use of move transition to do that zoom in effect for the Discord logo. Love that idea. And as for how we actually got the image to upload to Discord, I believe that is also an extension for LyansGDA. So there's a lot of different extensions for LyansGDA. Haven't covered that on this channel before, but I know that exists. So yeah.
Attack Zippy, which is, you know, captured in 4K.
Yeah, so Melonax is actually someone I've known for a really long time. She's always adding really creative things to her streams, but she added something recently that just blew my freaking mind. You'll see next to her camera, she has like all these different colored dots next to her camera, and you'll see that they're all different colors. the colors actually correspond to the colors of people's names in Twitch chat. It's like a really minimal on-screen chat indicator. I like this idea for a couple reasons. Number one, as a viewer, I actually like displaying chat on screen. I know some people don't like it, but for me as a viewer, it's just a good idea. So when I type something in chat, I know what the delay is like between when I type something and then when the streamer actually sees it. But she's just executed it in such a very clean and minimal way that's just something that I've never seen in anyone's stream before. Again, so basic breakdown about how this one works. It's very similar to the last one from Rexbords, but basically she's using LyansGDA for this, and she's using a technique to capture different information. In this case, the color of the username of the person that just typed the message in chat, and she's using that color information to change what I believe is a color source in OBS. Anyway, at some point, I'm probably gonna have to make a video about that technique, and what I'm talking about is that technique that allows you to grab a subscriber's username or subscriber's display picture or a donation message, capture that information, and then make it do stuff in OBS like change a text source or change a color source or change an image source. So things like that. I don't have a video yet, but I gotta do a video because some people are doing some really crazy things with it. LyansGDA. This guy, love his camera, love his minimal overlay. That's not what I'm impressed by. What I'm impressed by is a picture that he sent me all the way back in March to the motherfucking teleprompter for his stream. I've never seen anybody use something like this before, but it makes perfect sense. He's got what seems to be like an iPad or a tablet, and then some kind of teleprompter accessories so that he can read Twitch chat while maintaining eye contact. You guys, some of you guys are way too smart for me. But yeah, I wanted to put this idea in here because the Streamer Showcase is not just about the cool things that you can do in OBS. It's about all sorts of innovations to do with streaming, whether it's OBS or really cool things you've done in your setup. I love this idea. Fantastic idea. Kudos to you for being the only person I've ever seen with a teleprompter on your stream. Oh, and you know your boy, okay, put in some affiliate links down below for some teleprompter accessories so I can make money out of you guys. It's not called selling out, it's called being a great businessman that sells out.
So you can bring in the window like this, and you can flip it out. Or you can go full screen with some multi-taps. Beep, 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 beep. And you can swipe that out too. Yeah. And then I've got...
Does anyone remember in one of my YouTube videos where I said, wouldn't it be cool if you can use like hand gestures to control your stream? A crazy idea I had was to buy a Kinect and then see if I can control OBS using like my hands, like it's some Minority Report thing. This, right, this is it. That idea, this is what you're looking at. So yeah, this is actually my friend Jay. We've actually been childhood friends for like since we were children. But yeah, he's basically figured out how to use hand gestures to essentially control OBS. And the way that he's done this is by using a leap motion controller. So a leap motion controller essentially tracks your hand movements. If you've watched Michael Reeves' surgery robot video where he does the hand tracking thing to control a surgery robot knife arm thing, yeah, that's a leap motion controller. So what Jay's done here is he's used the software that comes with a leap motion controller, and he's used different hand gestures to execute Noobs Commander scripts. Now, if you guys haven't heard about Noobs Commander before, again, it's a program that I wrote that basically allows you to create macros for OBS, and those macros are in the form of a simple VBS file that you can just double click in Windows. But it turns out if you can figure out any creative way of executing this VBS file, then you can basically control OBS using whatever you want. And in this case, he's using hand gestures to control OBS. So yeah, I love that someone's actually been able to make this work. It's pretty janky to be fair, but just the idea that you can just do this thing with your finger and then OBS does stuff, it's a brilliant idea. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I've already watched this thing like 1,000 times before, but it blows my mind every single time I see it. Like, what on earth is happening here? The first time that I ever saw this, I'm like, how the hell is the camera freaking, does it like on a slider or something? Like, what the hell's happening? It turns out, it's actually much simpler than that. He has 20 cameras. You can see all of the cameras hooked up in an arc around his drum set, and it's all feeding through this fat fist of cables here. But what's even more impressive is that all of these cameras are connected into a single PC. That's the part that blew my mind. 20 HDMI cameras hooked up into a single PC, and all that was made possible by Elgato's latest capture card, the Camlink Pro, which actually has 4 HDMI inputs for each capture card. What I love most about MrGregles' entire setup is, obviously it costs like a lot of money to set all this up, but he hasn't just thrown like hundreds of thousands of dollars for no reason. He's doing some really creative things. Like, what he's done here is he's set up a macro on his Stream Deck that when he presses a key on his Stream Deck, it just fires off and changes to all 20 different cameras in quick succession so that you get that bullet time effect that you see from The Matrix. Never seen The Matrix before, so that's the one with like Neon, right? That dude? Yeah, that movie. But yeah, those are 5 fucking awesome streamers. I hope you enjoyed that video. We will be doing another streamer showcase sometime in the future, hopefully not a year from now. So if you want to know when that will be happening, make sure to join the Discord for more details for when I eventually, you know, let you guys know. Also, I also stream on Twitch, so come watch me on Twitch so I can get more followers that way, because, you know, that's the real reason I make these videos. I'll see you guys next time. Great outro. Yeah, give yourself a pat on the back. Great outro. I'm definitely using this one, okay? I'm not reshooting that outro.